Namo Amida Buddha. I was doing my devotional this morning and reading the most recent article from my sensei, Josho Adrian Kirlia, on VK. And I want to share it with you because I think it deserves sharing. Go ahead and enlarge it on the screen. And I'm going to put this in the description of this video. Josho Adrian Kirlia says, "Never play the wise practitioner in samsara. All you need to know and can truly know are the instructions of Amida Buddha in His Primal Vow. Entrust yourself to me, say my name, and wish to be born in my land. Follow Master Rennyo's advice. All thoughts and words are delusion. Accept the mind to trust Amida Buddha and Master Shinran's, the Nembutsu alone is true and real. Also, never play the virtuous practitioner in samsara. Don't overestimate your pitiful merits and virtues. You can do nothing with your so-called wisdom and merits. Everything is impermanent and insubstantial, including your dreamlike existence and the things you think you realized. There is only one reality, that of Amida Buddha and his call, entrust yourself to me, say my name, and wish to be born in my land. Do that exclusively and don't play smart or virtuous in samsara." This really struck a chord with me, especially right now. I get very caught up in the crap in my head. I get very caught up in my emotions. I get very caught up in what's going on around me. As an empath, that's an inevitable knee-jerk reaction I have to life, my thoughts, my situation, whatever that situation may be. And just dissecting this article is a very good lesson on how to deal with the world today. Never play the wise practitioner in samsara. I don't have anything to be bragging about in terms of being a Buddhist practitioner. I barely hold on with what I've got. And it goes on to say, all you need to know and can truly know are the instructions of Amida Buddha in his primal vow. And this is the primal vow. Entrust yourself to me, say my name, and wish to be born in my land. I deleted my last video because, as Josho pointed out, I talked too much about focusing on saying the name, or taking my focus from what I'm going through and focusing on the name. The primal vow says, entrust yourself to me, say my name, and wish to be born in my land. He doesn't say focus intently on my name and wish to be born in my land. He says entrust yourself to me and say my name and wish to be born in my land. And also, I love this. I love this so much. Josho goes on to say, follow Master Rennyo's advice. All thoughts and words are delusion. That's so important for me to understand and remember, which of course I won't, because I am what I am. I am how I am. But to realize that all thoughts and words are delusion, except the mind to entrust Amida Buddha. And I think that's more important to realize than focus, is to trust, have the mind that trusts Amida Buddha. I need to remember that I need to trust Amida Buddha. period. I don't need to analyze Amida Buddha. I don't need to intensely focus on Amida Buddha or his name. I need to have the mind to trust Amida Buddha. That is Shinjin. That is the entrusting mind. Shinjin is knowing that since you have entrusted to Amida Buddha, you will most assuredly be born in his pure land in your next life. And I say that in almost every video I make because that is of total utmost importance. And then Josho goes on and says, also remember Master Shinran's advice, the Nembutsu alone is true and real. I'm going to say that again. The Nembutsu alone is true and real. Not how you say the Nembutsu, not how focused you are on saying the Nembutsu, not how perfect a Buddhist practitioner you are as you say the Nembutsu. Master Shinran said the Nembutsu alone is true and real. Just say the Nembutsu. Entrust to Amida Buddha, say Nembutsu. Once again, the primal vow. Entrust yourself to me, me being Amida Buddha. Say my name, Amida Buddha's name, and wish to be born in my land, Amida Buddha's pure land of ultimate bliss and peace. And that's the problem I have, like everyone else. Even though I'm a person of Shinjin, I tend to complicate this simple, beautiful faith. Because I'm not perfect. If I was, I wouldn't need Shinjin. I would have already been able to bring myself to enlightenment. Also, this is great. He goes on to say in this article this morning, also, never play the virtuous practitioner in samsara. Don't overestimate your pitiful merits and virtues. You can do nothing with your so-called wisdom and merits. Everything is impermanent and insubstantial, including your dreamlike existence and the things you think you realized. This is fantastic. This is fantastic teaching. And it just cuts through all my BS to the core of what my problem is. Suffering and desire. Suffering based on desire. We all have the tendency to try to play the virtuous practitioner in samsara. But we're not virtuous. And this is samsara. We also try to overestimate our pitiful merits and virtues. I realize my merits and virtues amount to absolutely nothing. This is why I need the grace and love of Amida Buddha. Once again, this is fantastic. You can do nothing with your so-called wisdom and merits. Because if I could have done something with my so-called wisdom and merits, I would be a Buddha. I mean, I'm not a Buddha right now in this samsaric existence, even though I will be in my next life. I'm not a Buddha right now, not for lack of trying, but for the fact that my wisdom and merits amount to nothing. My wisdom and merits are tainted with my own impure, weak, evil thoughts, desires, emotion. And when I say evil, I mean, there's an old saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Try as I may to be a good Buddhist, calm and serene, and having my shit together, I always fail miserably and in great humiliation because, I don't have great wisdom and merits. Going on. Everything is impermanent and insubstantial, including your dreamlike existence and the things you think you realize. Wow, I love this. Everything is impermanent and insubstantial. This is a dream. This samsaric existence is a projection of our deluded minds. It's a projection of our deluded desires and fears and wants and hopes and dreams. It is a dream-like existence. It's not substantial. It's not permanent. Everything is impermanent and insubstantial, including your dreamlike existence and the things you think you realized, and the things I think I realized. I'm always forever trying to fix myself. Then again, if I could have fixed myself, I would have been fixed. I recently had a screwed up person tell me that I really need to, think about, where I'm at and what I'm going through. And this is a screwed up person that gave me this advice. Caught up in their own delusions, caught up in their own anger issues, caught up in their own tendency to be hostile. My existence is dreamlike. The things I think I realize, my so-called wisdom and merits, amount to nothing. If they amounted to something, they would take me somewhere. You know who takes me somewhere? This, the primal vow. Entrust yourself to me, Amida Buddha. Say my, Amida Buddha's, name, and wish to be born in my, Amida Buddha's, land. That's what's substantial. That is what is substantial. That is what is permanent in my life. Everything else is just smoke and mirrors. And it goes on. This is a short article, but it is so packed with wisdom, I had to share it with you. Josho goes on to say, there is only one reality, that of Amida Buddha and his call, entrust yourself to me, say my name, and wish to be born in my land. And Josho says, do that exclusively and don't play smart or virtuous in samsara. And he signs it as always, Namo Amida Buddha, the name of Amida Buddha. The same way I greet you in every video, Namo Amida Buddha, that sacred name, Namo Amida Buddha. Because the Nembutsu alone is true and real in this samsaric existence. The Nembutsu alone is true and real in cutting through our bullshit. The Nembutsu alone is true and real in taking us to Amida's pure land in our next life, after we die in this life. Because we cannot become enlightened in this life. This life, in the Dharma ending age of Mappo, this samsara, we live in is a prison. And it feels like a prison, because it is. So my advice to you is, entrust yourself to Amida Buddha, say his name, and wish to be born in his pure land. Don't play smart or virtuous in samsara, because it's not going to take you anywhere. Whereas entrusting yourself to Amida, saying his name, and wishing to be born in his pure land will take you to that pure land in your next life. That is all important. Namo Amida Butsu.